Now here's a problem I think everyone can relate to, especially parents. Frayed shoelaces that have lost their tips. But forget about fumbling with sticky tape for a fix. I've got something that really works, and it's dead easy. Electrician's heat shrink tubing, and all you're going to need is a regular domestic iron. If you haven't come across heat shrink before, it's designed to provide an insulating cover to soldered joints in wires, just sliding over the connection, and as the name suggests, shrinking with a bit of heat, so it stays in place. Which sounds an awful lot like what we need for our shoelaces, and despite being a bit specialist, it's really easy to get hold of. Just search for heat shrink tube or heat shrink tubing on your favourite online shop. It comes in a range of diameters, and we're obviously looking for something a little bit bigger than our shoelace, probably around 2.5 to 4 millimeters. And here's how we do it. First of all, switch on your iron. We're not going to need steam, and a medium heat setting should be adequate. Then snip off the frayed bit of your shoelace, just the damaged bit, you don't want to lose too much of the length. Then select a bit of the heat shrink of the right diameter, and snip that to length too. Then slide over the end of the lace, ready for shrinking. For this we need a hard, heat-resistant surface. I'm using a cork placemat. Then cover with a bit of non-stick baking parchment, just to protect the bottom of the iron, and apply some heat. This shouldn't take long, and you can check your progress through the translucent paper. Just keep going until you're confident that you've got maximum shrink, and the tubing is tight around the end of your lace. And that's all there is to it. I told you it was easy. And now you can track down your next pair of shoes that needs attention. For trainers with chunkier laces, you'll need a slightly larger diameter tube, but the process is exactly the same. Just snip off the frayed bit, slide the tubing over the end of the lace, place on a heat-resistant surface, and cover with the non-stick baking parchment before applying the heat of the iron, which will shrink down our tubing so it's tight around the end of the lace. Then just snip off any extra for a tidy tip, giving our laces a whole new lease of life.